Alrighty, good evening, Arkansas. This is Assistant Chief Forecaster Kim back here once again. I'm here to give you guys your evening forecast update for today here. So, first and foremost, guys, with every video, please like and share these videos, guys. With the situation last night and everything, our post reach is through the roof, but let's continue to trend as always, guys. So, speaking of last night here, they do have the situation under control down there in Hampton. If you have any further questions regarding that, please seek out the post that is under this video at this time here. But I just want to give an all clear to everyone down there. And also, I want to thank everyone. We had about over 500 people join our page since last night here. So I just want to welcome our new followers. I want to welcome the people that were brought here last night here. I know you guys were kind of brought here on a news coverage and you found out, oh, hey, this is an Arkansas Willow Watchers page. So might as well give them a like and, support them as well. So we appreciate you guys for doing that here. We do have new graphics. We got plans lined up for you guys here for the fall and also beyond that, guys. So just want to say thank you to all those followers that came our way as we got from last night. So with that being said, we don't have much going on across the Natural State at this point. You guys are noticing that it is beginning to warm up across the Natural State here, and I'd like to call this time of the year false fall. This is where we are right now here, because before we were in Hell's Porch. Now we're in false fall. Now it's going to go back to summer, and then we'll get actual fall. So this is the time of the year that I like to call that, and the reason why is because we get these cool downs, and we're thinking, man, it's finally fall, then boom, back to summer. So I don't think it's going to get excessively hot. We will likely stay away from the 90s. I think for the most part, we're done with the 90s. Still wait and see. A couple more weeks need to go by before I officially declare that we're done with the 90s. But just from the near term, I think we're done with the 90s here. Temperatures will likely be in the 80s for the short and even in some cases the long term. But what everyone desperately needs is the rainfall here, and I'm going to go over that here in just a little bit. So let's go and talk about temperatures real quickly, guys. And with it being 5 o'clock in the evening, we got 81 degrees in the metro right now, 82 in Texarkana, 81 in El Dorado, 82 in Fort Smith, 79 in Fayetteville, 79 up there in Mountain Home, 77 in Jonesboro and in Piggott, and also 77 in Memphis at this current time. And I'm going to overlay the current dew points here. And this is why, even though it's warm, it doesn't feel terrible outside because dew points are still in the upper 40s, low 50s. So, yes, it's still warm. However, once the sun sets tonight, temperatures will likely get back to the mid to upper 50s once again for your Saturday morning here. Speaking of which, let's go and talk about as we look towards next week here. Now, next week results as a cold front and an upper level low is going to be moving out from the west, and the cold front is going to be moving from the north and east here. So if you go with the GFS right now, we're looking at a pretty decent chance of rain for next week here, and even in some cases some good totals here. We're talking up to an inch in Harrison, a little over an inch in Mena, a little over an inch down there in DeQueen, Hope in Texarkana, lesser amounts as you head further to the north and east, closer to the front, with totals up to maybe a quarter of an inch up there in Jonesboro, and 3/10 of an inch up there in Pocahontas here. Now, if you go with the the Euro is not as generous as GFS. Euro suggests that the front boundary will actually make it into Arkansas and push much of the moisture away from Arkansas. And I know a lot of folks are enjoying this cooler air, but we desperately need the rainfall, guys. The cooler air is great, but we need the rainfall here in Arkansas to get rid of this drought. So even in some cases with the Euro, you'll be barely making it to 1/10 of an inch of rainfall over there in western Arkansas, maybe a quarter of an inch over there towards DeQueen if you go with the European model here. So that being said, we are going to watch next week here. Severe threat right now appears very low. However, it just depends on if the cutoff low pressure can come our way, if the front boundary steers away, whatever. There's a lot of uncertainty right now per guidance to kind of call out a severe threat. But if that does change over the weekend and the early part of next week, you guys know we'll keep you guys updated on that. So let's talk about your weather highlights for today here. Warmer and dry, but still comfortable outside with the low humidity. I like to call it summer's final stand. Same thing Derek said yesterday in the forecast. I think for the most part we're done with the excessive heat. I don't think it's going to get mid to upper 90s or anything like that. I think we're done with the excessive heat for the rest of this year. However, I still do think we'll be slightly above normal for this time of year. I like to call this pattern upcoming for the weekend the Arkansas weather pattern sandwich. We get sandwiched between the upper low in Texas and the cold front coming out for the northeast here. And also, just got to mentioning the temperature roller coaster. You're going to see that over the next 7 days. Upper 80s to start the period, falling back into the 70s by the time we get towards the end of the period here. So, that being said, let's go and talk about your 7-day forecast here for northern Arkansas for tomorrow. Perfect weather. I know a lot of folks are going to be watching the Arkansas and Texas A&M game. Temperatures in the low 80s up there in northern Arkansas. Overnight lows in the low 50s under mostly sunny skies. Very comfortable air remaining for the weekend here. And we are going to start warming up as we get towards Sunday. However, still with the low humidity, it's going to feel relatively comfortable outside. Now, as we get towards next week, moisture will begin to pick up and some showers, thunderstorms could be possible. As I said before, cold front coming from the north and east, upper level low from the west will lead to some showers and thunderstorms as we get towards the middle and late part of the week, with high temperatures falling back into the upper 70s. Overnight lows still hanging on to the low 60s up there, with 40% chance of rain for both Wednesday and Thursday, 30% for Friday here. So, Central Arkansas, more the same. Sunny skies for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Perfect weather for grilling and having your friends come over, etc. for the game tomorrow. Arkansas, Texas A&M. Big Razorback fan here, guys. So I'm rooting for my Razorbacks tomorrow. High temperatures in the mid-80s, overnight lows in the low 50s here. So still relatively comfortable outside. I know it's a little warm, but still comfortable compared to where we were by this time last week. But we had temperatures in the upper 80s, low 90s with the humidity in place. So as we get towards Sunday and Monday, moisture will begin to increase across Central Arkansas. So temperatures may make a run for 90 degrees, but still not bad for this time of the year. By the time we get towards Tuesday, whatever develops out of that upper low and just to our west should start sending showers and thunderstorms our way, with coverage picking up as we get towards Wednesday and Thursday. And then by Friday here, it just depends on if the cold front swings through or not. The Euro swings the cold front through Arkansas as we get towards late week into next weekend, which will set us up for a very beautiful Arkansas versus Georgia game for that Saturday. But we'll have to wait and see if the cold front actually swings through or not. Guidance is still back and forth at this point. Overnight lows by that point back down into the low 60s to close out your 7-day period for Central Arkansas. Now, for Southern Arkansas, more the same. Temperatures down there a little warmer. Up mid to upper 80s, even some low 90s by Sunday here. Overnight lows, very comfortable. So this is what I'm saying, with the dry air in place, warms up really well in the afternoon, but as soon as the sun sets, you lose that daytime heating. Temperatures plummet back into the 50s and low 60s here. So a very comfortable next 3 days in store for the much of the natural stay here. As I said before, by the time we get towards Tuesday and Wednesday, the upper low from the west, cold front from the north and east will likely result in showers and thunderstorms by that point. Rain chances 50% across the board across southern Arkansas. Overnight lows still in the 60s here. So even with the increased moisture and increased cloud cover, it's still not going to feel too terrible outside here. And hopefully we can get some beneficial rainfall across the natural state as we get towards the middle and into the late part of next week here, guys. So we'll continue to keep you guys updated right on your source for all things Arkansas weather.